My son was called a liar for saying I work at NASA, so I showed up to parents' night and left his teacher speechless. So this happened last semester, and my wife still jokes that I gave this teacher a moon landing she'll never forget. Let me preface this by saying I'm not big on bragging, but when someone calls your 10-year-old a liar in front of his classmates, you earn the right to clap back. My son, Eli, is in 5th grade. He's a sweet, nerdy kid, obsessed with space, rocket launches, astronomy, and, yes, NASA. He brings his telescope to school on science share days. He draws rovers and planets for fun. So naturally, when his new teacher, Ms. Parker, had the class go around saying what their parents do for work, Eli proudly said, "My dad works for NASA." Ms. Parker's response? She laughed. Out loud. In front of the whole class. Then she said something along the lines of, "We're sharing real jobs, Eli. Let's not make things up, okay?" Eli was crushed. He tried to explain that I really do work for NASA, that I'm a propulsion systems engineer, but she just shut him down. Later that day, he came home unusually quiet. When I asked him what was wrong, he finally told me, almost in tears. My wife was fuming. I was somewhere between insulted and amazed. Like, why would someone assume that was a lie? And worse, why humiliate a kid for being excited about his parent? We considered calling her or setting up a meeting, but then, fate delivered the perfect opportunity, parents' night. I told my wife I'd handle it. Parents' night arrives. We walk into the classroom. There's a little gallery of student drawings on the back wall. Under Eli's, a rocket, a planet, and "My dad works at NASA and helps launch rockets," written in bubbly letters. Ms. Parker sees us and walks over, all smiles, until she reads my name tag. Her face falls a little. She goes, "Oh. You're Eli's dad." I smile. Yup. Good to meet you, Ms. Parker. She gives a tight smile and says, "Eli's got quite the imagination." Oh. Imagination? I pull out my phone. Open my photos. Start swiping through. Me in a clean room next to a satellite. Me on site at Kennedy Space Center during a launch. A selfie with astronauts during a tour. My ID badge with the NASA logo big and bold. And then, the cherry on top, a short video of one of the launches I worked on, with me in the background in the control room, counting down. I held it out to her, said, "You were saying." "Y'all." She went dead silent. Stared at the phone like it had personally betrayed her. I kept it casual. "Eli was pretty upset after you said I didn't have a real job. He's always looked up to NASA. Didn't appreciate being called a liar in front of his class." She sputtered some half apology like, "Oh, I didn't mean it like that, and it's just that kids exaggerate sometimes." I shrugged. "Sure. But next time, maybe don't assume. You never know what someone's parents actually do." Then I turned to Eli, gave him a high five, and said loud enough for others nearby to hear, "Come on, buddy. Let's go home and review that Artemis propulsion schematic." He beamed. Ms. Parker just blinked. Later, the principal called to apologize. Word had gotten around, apparently, and several other parents were not impressed that she was mocking students over career stuff. She was formally reminded about professionalism, and this time, Eli came home with a big grin and said, "Guess what? Ms. Parker asked me if you'd want to come in and talk about space stuff." "Yeah. Now she wants me to do a guest presentation." Eli's still debating whether we should do it, or make her sweat a little longer. TLDR, my kid said I work at NASA, his teacher called him a liar in front of the class. I showed up to parents' night with proof. She choked on her words faster than a faulty airlock.